सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ। So all of us should chant the dhyana shlokas one by one. So what will be the order? I chant the first.
Please, please.
Then Anu.
Anu, I need.
Shobha.
I was there. Oh, sorry, I didn't see you.
Okay, I will decide the order. I'll chant the first, or you chant the first. Sharda start, then Anu, then Shobha. Shobha, you put on your video. I request everyone to put on their videos so that we see you and we can have a dialogue.
Yes.
So, and you also chant Rolika, Shobha, Rolika, Rekha. So, order is clear. First, Sharda, the host of this meeting, then Anu, then after Anu, Shobha, Rolika, Rekha. Okay, then follow the same order. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, you start, Sharda, with your swara.
Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Grathitam Purana Muninam Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshini Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Amba Tvamanusandadhami Bhagavad Gita Bhavadveshini.
Namostute Vyasa Vishal Buddhe Pullarvindayata Patra Netra Yena Tvaya Bharat Taila Purnaha Prajwalito Jnanamayah Pradipaha.
Shobha. Prapanna parijataya totra vetraikapanaye Jnanamudraya Krishnaya Gita Mitaduhe Namaha. Okay, then Rolika.
सर्वोपनिषदो गावः दोग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्स सुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत.
Rekha.
Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansachanurdam Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum.
Where is Shobha gone? Okay, Sharda.
Ishmadrona Tata Jayadratha Jala Gandhara Nilotpala शल्यग्राहवती कृपेण वहनी कर्णेन वेलाकुला अश्वत्थाम विकर्ण घोर मकरा दुर्योधनावर्तिनी सोत्तीर्ण खलु पाण्डवैरणनदी कैवर्तक केशव
आराशर्यवचः सरोजलम् गीतार्थगणानक केसरं हरिकथा संबोधना बोधितम् लोके सज्जन षट्पदैरहरः पेपीयमानं मुदा भूयात् भारत पंकजं कलिमला प्रध्वंसिन श्रेयसे
मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्।
Okay, Rekha, difficult for you this verse, I think.
Probably.
Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutah Stunvanti Divyaistavai Vedai Sangapadakramopanisadai Gayantiyam Samaga Dhyanavakti Tadadgatena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yogino Yasyantanna Vidusura Suragana Devaya Tasmai Namaha Devaya Tasmai Namaha. So we chant from 31st verse, Sharda. Esha te bihita sankhe. Sharda.
Yes, Swami, I'm just taking out the 40th verse. Esha te bhita sankhye
Buddhiryoge tvimam shrunu.
buddhiryoge tvimam shrunu
Buddhya yukto yaya partha.
buddhya yukto yaya partha
Karma bandham prahasyasi.
karma bandham prahasyasi.
Anu, you chant, next. Neha bhikramana shosti.
नेहा भिक्रमनाशोस्ति
Pratyavayo na vidyate.
प्रत्यवायो न विद्यते
Kalpamapyasya dharmasya. Swalpamapyasya dharmasya.
स्वल्पमप्यस्य धर्मस्य
Rayate mahato bhayat.
त्रायते महतो भयात्.
हमारे साथ भी हो जाता है, हमारी कई बार जुबान अटक जाती है. It's a common thing. Don't worry about it. Okay. So next is who? Rolika. Vyavasayatmika buddhihi.
व्यवसायात्मिका बुद्धिः
Ekeha kuru nandana.
एकेह कुरु नन्दन
Bahushakhayanantascha.
बहुशाखाह्यनन्ताश्च
Buddhayo vyavasayinam.
बुद्धयो व्यवसायिनाम्.
Shobha, you are ready to chant? Shobha. If she's not
You're
able to-
mute. You're
Shobha,
mute.
you
Shobha, unmute yourself.
unmute yourself. Shobha, unmute. Yeah, now you chant after me.
Yeah.
Yamimam
Am I audible now?
Yamimam pushpitam vacham. Chant.
Yamimam pushpitam vacham
Pravadantya vipaschitaha.
Yamimam pushpitam.
स्वामी जी उनका कनेक्शन ठीक नहीं है.
Okay, you leave it then. Shobha, doesn't matter. Leave it. then Rekha, and then Seema will do after that. Huh?
Okay.
Rekha, you do this.
Hmm.
Yamimam pushpitam vacham
Yamimam pushpitam vacham
pravadantya vipaschitah
pravadantya vipaschitah
vedavadarataः partha
vedavadarata partha
nanyadastiti vadinah.
nanyadastiti vadinah.
Okay, Seema, you will try.
Yeah.
Kamatmana swargaparaha
कामात्मान स्वर्गपराः
janma karma phalapradam
जन्म कर्म फलप्रदाम्
kriya vishesha bahulam
क्रिया विशेष बहुलाम्
bhogaishwarya gatim prati.
भोगेश्वर्ग गति प्रति.
Okay, now Rekha, you will try once again this one.
Sure.
Bhogaishwarya prasaktanam
Bhogeshwarya prasaktanam
Bhogaishwarya prasaktanam
Bhogaishwarya prasaktanam
Tayapahrita chetasam
Taya prahratascetasam
Vyavasayatmika buddhihi
Vyavasayatmika buddhihi
Samadhau na vidhiyate.
Samadhau na vihidhiyate.
Okay, so today's verses we have chanted. So last class we looked into 39th verse very elaborately. Esha Sankhye Buddhi Abhita Te Tubhyam Esha Buddhi Abhita Sankhye Buddhi Abhita Yoge tu Imam Shanu. So this is the division. Until now, this buddhi has been unfolded to you, tubhyam te tubhyam, to you, with reference to Sankhya. Sankhya, with reference to Sankhya, buddhi has been unfolded. Now we are going to unfold yoga buddhi. And why he is saying, why he is going to unfold that? He gives the reason in the next line. Yaya buddhya yukta. By this buddhi, when you are united, O Partha, what will happen? Karma bandham prahasyasi. You will be able to give up karma bandhana. Karma bandhana, the bondage of karma. So the highest thing you will achieve, not directly. So we looked into it. It is paramparaya. We say, so antakarana shuddhi will happen through karma yoga. And with that shuddhantakarana, you will be purified mind. You will be able to gain the knowledge of the self. Once you know the knowledge of the self, what is it knowledge? That you are not the doer enjoyer. Atma is not the doer enjoyer. I, the Atma, am not the doer enjoyer. And therefore, there is no karma in me. There is no karma phala is to me. No karma and karma phala, all that is not there. Now I'm not going to this because today's lot of verses are there. If anybody has to say something on this verse, you are welcome. If anybody has to still say something more on this verse, you are welcome. So now Bhagavan praises the buddhi, what he is going to unfold by saying, Iha, in this buddhi, in this yoga, there is no abhikramanasha and there is no pratyavaya. Two doshas with reference to karma and karma phala. What happens? That karma, once you begin, abhikrama is beginning. So that after we begin and the result does not come, like you start an, Swamiji gives an example of agriculture, and the phala is in the form of the crop which does not yield. No, the crop does not yield because of whatever pest or lack of rain or lack of water. Or another is given pratyavaya na vidyate. Opposite result can come in any action. Like you take a medicine, and medicine has been taken for some medication, and opposite results come. Some allergy happens. Dr. Rajiv is sitting here. So some allergy happens. So what? Ulta ho gaya. Pratyavaya. So there is no dosha like these two doshas in karma yoga. Karma has these two doshas, defects, abhikramanasha and pratyavaya. Abhikramanasha and pratyavaya. He says, Bhagavan says, Swalpam apyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. So mahato bhayat trayate. If you Swalpam api asya dharmasya, which asya dharmasya? Yoga buddhi, that which is going to unfold. In praise of that, he says even the little bit of it, if you are having this, because karma yoga is in form of an attitude. Karma yoga is not performed, I am performing karma yoga, I am doing karma yoga. That's a wrong way to say. Because karma yoga cannot be performed. Karma is to be performed, but karma yoga is an attitude behind an action. Therefore, I am doing karma yoga is a wrong way of putting up. Because karma yoga is an attitude, a prayerful attitude. Swamiji says that when you are praying, that you are able to pray, that itself is what? Yoga. That itself is karma yoga, because it's a result of karma yoga. Because of that only you are able to pray. You have that space in mind that you are able to pray. And trayate mahato bhayat. It will protect you from great fear. So this is the verse. We left last class. We had selected it, but now we can do it quickly. So who's going to share somebody's notes on this, whatever you want to say? I'll just put very short manner, because this is the main idea I've put. You can elaborate, whosoever wants to do something on, I have to say. Sharda, you have to say on this?
Basically, what Bhagavan is trying to say in this verse is that karma yoga and not karma is involved in the pursuit of moksha. A person does karma yoga not for karma phala, but for moksha. So there he speaks about this abhikramanasha, which happens in many undertakings. Like Swamiji has already explained, when you plant a seed, a poor rainfall can happen and destroy the plants, the crop. That is something that is not an intended loss. So, but however, when you do karma yoga, regardless of how much you do of it, there is no such chance of any unexpected loss or any opposite reaction happening to what your karma yoga is about. So karma yoga, as mentioned, is not at all an action. It's basically an attitude. And so it talks of an internal disciplining of the mind, which will come later. Rituals, etc., can somewhere they do also form part, but they can have an abhikramanasha. You can do a ritual and there can be some opposite effect. And therefore, rituals per se do not form part of karma yoga. When he talks of pratyavaya, which is basically two types of contradictory actions that can happen to a particular karma that you do. One that can happen because your own omission. You do something, you forget to add fertilizers, or you forget to cut the crop in time, or whatever. So there is a damage. So that can happen. Or when you're at a ritual, something is not done at the right thing or at the right time, and so that complicates it. So that could be an unexpected. So either way, there could be some opposite result, which is what is the abhikrama nasha that he's talking about. But in karma yoga, we will never have these kind of problems, because you're not talking at all about action. You're not at all talking about karma. It's an attitude. It's a kind of a preparation of your mind, so that you can get your mind ready for moksha. And therefore, even if you do it little by little, you're only going to benefit. It cannot have any different result. And you're not doing it for result in any case. So once you start living a life of karma yoga, you have already reversed the flow of your life. You're not looking at karma phala at all. Nothing can stop you. So even if you do one step at a time, you are going in the right direction towards moksha. So that's what is the...
I have one question. If karma yoga is not doing karma at all, how do you do it one step at a time?
It is not doing karma at all, because it's preparing your mind. So it's an internal discipline.
What is it that you do?
You don't do anything. You prepare your mind, as in of course you do things, as in you start doing shravanam, you do mananam, you do mind.
You do the things that help you cultivate that attitude, is what you're saying.
No, but that attitude doesn't come with the doing. It actually comes with the mind. So as you discipline your mind, it will come.
Comes in the mind with the doing, no?
With the doing, yeah. It's not always a doing. It's basically an attitude. When you have that mindset that you
attitude behind doing a karma.
But you do act.
A karma. And whatever karma you're performing, in that there is an attitude behind it.
Yes.
Attitude behind karma can be many ways. That is what we saw at two levels, prasad buddhi and ishwarartha buddhi, at the level of the karma itself and at the level of the result of action. Both attitudes you have to have. And therefore, it is performance of the action, also the purpose with which the intention, like Sharda said one thing, that rituals are not karma yoga. Rituals also can be in karma yoga.
That's the point I want clarified, because rituals are also
in that sense, yes. Rituals can be karma yoga when the sankalpa is antakarana shuddhi.
Yes.
Which is why मेरे को dissonance हो गई थी कि फिर कर्म योग बचा क्या फिर?
That is why
you act without doership. You act without.
No. Doership is there. Karma. See, this you should never mix up. In karma yoga, karma karta is there. Karma phala is karta is very much there. Then only karma will happen, no? Yeah. Then only karma phala will come. But karma phala is coming from Ishvara. So these people do, this understanding is not there, because doership is always there in karma yoga.
कर्म कैसे होगा फिर?
Enjoyership and doership, giving up is at the level of jnana only, no? Not at
level of karma yoga. Because here
कर्म योग कैसे हुआ? फिर वो कर्म योग क्यों हुआ? फिर तो वो बस ज्ञान योग हो गया.
Yoga is behind doing action of which you are a karta. Because of being a bhokta, you want to, because any karma is done for the sake of a result only. Still, the attitude comes because of the yoga begins as a yoga. When you start understanding actually the Parama Purushartha, that is what Vyavasayatmika Buddhi is discussing. That Parama Purushartha is pursuit of moksha.
Yeah.
Unless and until you have the pursuit of moksha,
that is what makes a karma as karma yoga instead of karma.
Karma does not change into karma yoga. Therefore, I told this thing, unless and until moksha is the Purushartha. Eka Buddhi is in and through all your pursuits, you are searching yourself.
Yeah.
That is moksha. Moksha is yourself. You are mukta already, but you don't know about it. And therefore, this understanding is this. I'm very happy that this clarity is coming, because I wanted to discuss this point. People miss this point. I had missed this point myself also. Long time it took me to understand this. Yeah. Sharda, continue. It's good. You are analyzing very well.
हो गया स्वामी जी, 40 is done.
Then okay. Anybody else? Anu, you want to say something on this now?
मेरे तो कह दिया जो कहना था मैं.
Okay.
It's okay.
Rekha, Rolika, anybody is welcome. Shobha, anybody is welcome. Rajiv. Otherwise, we'll go to
Because
the
Swami
next.
ji in his further in his जो आज के लिए था मैं पढ़ रही थी तो उसमें तो स्वामी जी ने ये भी बोला है कि सन्यासी भी कर सकते हैं rituals if it helps them.
Definitely. See,
Right?
whatever is required to prepare the mind,
Yeah,
that is yoga.
absolutely.
Therefore, karma, that is why last time when discussion was happening, I said that sannyasi does not any seva in the ashram. That is in the yoga category only. You see, Jnana Yoga is marga, but at the same time, Antakaran Shuddhyarte, whatever you do to preparation of the mind, that only through karma you can do. That is why sannyasi के लिए जो चोटी और सूत्र जो कट जाता है तो वो हवन वगैरह नहीं कर सकता, वो कर्म को का संकल्प नहीं कर सकता. तो पंडित लोग कहते हैं, पंडित people, pujaris will say, okay, your shikha is not there and your sutra is not there. Yajna sutra means yajna pavitra sutra. Therefore, you are not eligible for karma. You know this?
Yeah.
So therefore, you.
I remember you had said कि आप नहीं बैठेंगे हवन में.
हाँ.
पर याद है मुझे इस बारे में डिस्कशन हुआ था.
Yeah.
मुझे
So
याद है.
but I still perform because maybe if it is helpful. But I know, who is the performer. I'm very clear about it. So it is not that I want the result of that karma. I'm the doer. I'm the enjoyer of the result of the yajna karma. That is all that paraphernalia is not. You understand that? So otherwise, for the yadyad acharati shreshta tattat deve tarojana. So a lot of karmas by shreshta people, by people who are sannyasis, are done like going to the temple and worshipping and bowing down to the temple deity, only so that the others also follow the way you are doing.
Yeah.
The conduct you have, they will follow you by looking at you.
तो स्वामी जी प्रसाद बुद्धि से व्यवसायत्मिका बुद्धि डेवलप होगी and vice versa also, no?
नहीं, व्यवसायत्मिका बुद्धि is a very basic thing. We will come to this verse and discuss that. Vyavasayatmika buddhi, we go to that verse. Vyavasayatmika buddhi is the clarity of purpose.
तो प्रसाद बुद्धि पहले आएगी कि व्यवसायत्मिका बुद्धि के बाद ही प्रसाद बुद्धि आएगी?
नहीं, प्रसाद बुद्धि और व्यवसायत्मिका तो पहले का बात नहीं है. व्यवसायत्मिका बुद्धि is the first and foremost. नहीं.
Which will lead to the other, no?
Not really.
No.
Why?
Prasad buddhi and Ishwararpana buddhi are the angas of attitudes. Vyavasayatmika buddhi is the very thing why what you are pursuing, that clarity of purpose. वो eka buddhi hai, in and through all your pursuits, you are seeking yourself. That is the buddhi there. Vyavasayatmika buddhi. Ascertainment. Nischaya is not in the form of determination. If you have read Swamiji,
clarity.
So it's a very important commentary. That is why I want you all to read Bhagavad Gita home study properly, and that is how you will be able to think and come to the class. Once you come thinking, then so we will go to the next verse. So anybody wants to say
Anuji said now which will happen first. So one has to have a mental clarity to start even karma yoga. So vyavasatmika buddhi has to be there to convert this karma into karma yoga, no?
No, but एक बात बताओ ना, Dr. Rajiv, one could have, but prasad buddhi one can have irrespective, no?
No,
you may not be, the highest may not be your purpose in life, but you can have an attitude where you surrender and accept the result no matter what it is.
Yeah, that's all right. But see, vyavasatmika buddhi is mental clarity for moksha only, for nothing else.
Fine, but I'm saying, so prasad buddhi one can have irrespective, right?
Yeah, if you're not seeking moksha and you're just doing it for the sake of it, that's it. You do.
Yeah, even not for the sake of it, even if it is for, let's say, earth. But you are an acceptance that jo bhi phal milega, theek hai.
I am from a practical standpoint of view that gives you happiness, no? Even if you are not concerned about moksha, if you do it Ishwararpana buddhi and have prasada buddhi, the life becomes very easy and beautiful.
I know, it does, no? That's what I'm saying. You can still, you may not have developed the finesse to realize what moksha is. You may not have.
Sure.
You may have not realized, attitude उसका नहीं आया हो, वो अभी गोल ना बना हो, पर खाली जीवन प्रसाद बुद्धि के साथ भी जीते हुए तो शांत हो ही जाता है ना.
Absolutely.
तो उसकी तरफ जाएंगे फिर eventually. शुरुआत तो हो ही गई ना.
The point here, what Gita is trying to make is, it's all fine to say for a layman that acceptance of results is there at any level it can happen. But what we are trying to suggest is that yoga, real yoga, begins only after Vyavasayatmika Buddhi, because that clarity of purpose, what you are seeking, why you are seeking, what you are seeking, even that much of Viveka has not happened. Anu's point, I understand. That much of Viveka might not be there in everybody's life.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Satsanga say, it so happens that see, even Prasad Buddhi
लेके जाएगा उसकी तरफ eventually.
Even Prasad Buddhi, I asked a question in one of my clubhouses. I told while speaking clubhouse talks that okay, fine, plus and equal. सिद्धि को तो आप सक्सेस को तो बहुत आसानी से एक्सेप्ट करते हैं, as prasada. But when it comes to failure, opposite result comes. What will happen?
तभी तो ज्यादा जरूरत होती है स्वामी जी.
जरूरत होती है, लेकिन वहां पे एटीट्यूड कैसे आएगा प्रसाद का? वो ग्रेस है भगवान की, वो कैसे आएगा? उसके पीछे कुछ अंडरस्टैंडिंग छिपी हुई है, इसलिए प्रसाद के साथ बुद्धि वर्ड का यूज किया हुआ है. Why we have used the word buddhi with prasada? Prasad is acceptance and buddhi is the understanding behind that attitude of acceptance. So these two words, prasada is an attitude and buddhi is an understanding. And with this understanding comes this attitude of. So itself in buddhi itself is understanding hidden. The word itself, buddhi, means understanding. Prasada is the attitude. So when the minus and opposite result comes, that time, that clarity, that I am not seeking the result, really speaking, because result is anyway not going to change the concept the way I see myself. The Shashvat, yourself, what I am seeking, it will not be available for me through any result of action, because moksha is not karma phala. Nasti akrita kritena, Mundokopanishad says. Akrita moksha kritena karmana na asti. Pariksha lokan karmachitan brahmano nirvedamaya. Nasti akrita kritena. Pariksha lokan, karmachitan lokan pariksha. Having examined the experiences which is collected by all the karmas. Experiences means lokan. Brahmana, a mature mind, gains vairagya, nirvedam ayat. From the anitya, nitya anitya vivek uska hai after the karma. Whether this karma phala is nitya or anitya. So nitya anitya, very much that viveka is there. Then, and that behind that understanding is there, because akrita moksha kritena karmana na asti. Because moksha is already achieved siddha factor, which cannot be gained by any karma phala. And therefore this karma phala, this prasada, what I am having, is an attitude behind any action only when I am not really running after that result. Because dharma artha kama is not the goal. Parama purushartha moksha is the goal. And that is why the change of attitude, whole thing happens. It's a very tedious and very technical point here. It's good that you have raised this point, Anu, because this goes really like that. Because attitude कैसे होगा? Attitude के पीछे तो बुद्धि है ना. और इसलिए it's not that simple. It's not that simple at all.
Swamiji,
yes.
When I operate upon people and everything goes well, then they say Ishvara Prasada Buddhi. When things go wrong, he says you are responsible. You are the doer. You are the karta. And they make me feel guilty. When things go fine, I'll also say, oh, it's Ishvara Prasad only. I don't do anything. It's a God who has given you. But if things go wrong, he says you have done it, not God.
So I have been through a similar issue with a certain person who was trying to teach, and every time कुछ अच्छा होता तो बोलते थे ये तो गुरु की ग्रेस है, और जब कुछ गड़बड़ होती थी तेरी प्रैक्टिसेस ठीक नहीं है, तो I said hello, let's stop for a minute. या सब कुछ गुरु का है या सब कुछ मेरा है. You can't do कि जब अच्छा होता है आपका और जब अच्छा नहीं होता है मेरा है. तो या तो अच्छे का भी मुझे आप दे दो श्रेय या बुरे का भी आप दोष लो. It can't be this way.
Okay. Okay, we go to the next verse.
जी.
So, okay, who will begin explaining the next, or should I begin, or I will give the meaning of the verse. Just take prose order. Then, as usual, everybody discusses, and then some points will come.
Shobha has written in the chat, Shabri in Ramayana, Prasad Buddhi. Her internet connection is poor, so she's written in chat. So I haven't understood the reference. So अगर आपको समझ में आ गया स्वामी जी तो समझा दीजिए.
No, I don't understand what she is trying to say.
ठीक है, आप अगले पे चल सकते हैं.
We will see later on.
Maybe giving an example.
Everything as an offering, Prasad Buddhi.
No, everything is an offering. That is Ishwararpana Buddhi.
That is Ishwararpana Buddhi.
Offering your actions.
Accepting whatever the result is as Prasad.
Everything accepting. It is coming from the altar, because of all the actions, Ishvara is the karma dhyaksha.
Yeah.
In the laws of Ishvara, everything result is coming. So it is coming from his feet. That is what is Prasad Buddhi. Okay, that we will discuss later on when the Samatvam Yoga Uchite comes and the notes of Swamiji. Yeah. So, Vyavasayatmika Buddhi Ekeha Guru Nandana. Okay, I will open up my Bhashya also, because Bhashya will give you very good this thing. So, Bahushakayanantasya Buddhayo Vyavasayina. So here, ये जो बुद्धि है, यह means श्रेयो मार्गे, in मोक्ष मार्ग. एके में जो इह है ना, एका बुद्धि एका इह, that is the break. Vyavasayatmika is one word, buddhi eka and इह, a and e मिलके ए हो गया, एकेह. So those people for the संस्कृत के अंदर संधि होती है, तो एका इह, तो व्यवसायात्मिका बुद्धि ही एका इह मीन्स मोक्ष मार्गे, श्रेयो मार्गे. मोक्ष मार्ग में अगर मोक्ष, if the purpose is there, तो ascertainment, this clarity, this ascertainment, this nishchaya, that everything whatever I am in and through I am doing is for gaining myself, is for reaching myself, is for discovering myself, whatever you say. O Guru Nandana, and then he says, Bahushaka hi anantasya buddhaya avyavasayina. And those who don't have that ascertained buddhi, avyavasayina, they're anantaha buddhi. Bahushaka means many branches are there. Means they have so many means and ends. Here in means and ends are one. In this buddhi, end is one, means are also one. You know?
जो common parlance में आप बोलते हैं being focused versus being a scatterbrain.
So means are what? Jnanam only is the means for this end actually.
Yeah.
Or jnanam, you have to gain all the other yoga attitude. But in this Vyavasayatmika buddhi, means and ends are one. And therefore, in Bahushaka kaise hoga? If you are trying to seek the same thing yourself, means something which is at ease, a happy me. You are trying to seek that happy me through dharma, artha, kama, through lot of bank balance, through a relationship, through power, through status, all that. So that is bahushaka. That means you are not clear what will give you what you are seeking, really speaking. You are not clear. And that is so many means for so many ends. Bahushaka ananta. Ananta, ananta are the goals. For those goals, ananta are the means. Now you understand eka and ananta words. Kolika, you understand eka and ananta. Eka buddhi means what? Ananta buddhi means what? The one who is vyavasayatmika buddhi is eka. In and through, what I am seeking is myself, and for that myself, and means and ends are one only. So for discovering myself, means are only one, is jnanam only. And jnanam, therefore, everything is in the pursuit of jnanam. For that jnanam, two lifestyles we take up. First, to yoga buddhi in karma marga, and sannyasa buddhi, sankhya buddhi in, it's not sankhya buddhi,
Sannyasa.
jnana marga in sannyasa marga. So this way, the two lifestyles are spoken of. So here, there, he is not speaking on that. I think Sharda might be having her notes, or she has gone somewhere. She is not here. Yes, Rajiv.
Swamiji, in Vivasatmika Buddhi, you have that clarity of mind and singularity
थोड़ा
of
पास आ जाओ, मेरे को थोड़ा पता नहीं आवाज आपकी कम आती है, थोड़ा सा पास कर लो.
हाँ स्वामी जी, काफी देर से शादीशुदा होना से इतना जोर से बोल नहीं सकता स्वामी जी, तो
अच्छा, ओके ओके.
स्वामी जी को क्या पता.
क्या हो गया? What did he say?
स्वामी जी को इस चीज का एक्सपीरियंस नहीं है ना.
No, he is sick actually. He is not well.
नहीं, वो ये नहीं बोले थे. बोले मैं ब्याहता हूँ बहुत सालों से, तो मैं ऊंची आवाज में नहीं बोल पाता हूँ.
Oh my God.
तो हम बोले स्वामी जी को क्या मालूम.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah. I did not pick it up. मुझे सुनाई नहीं दे रहा है.
स्वामी जी, Vivasatmika Buddhi में that mental clarity is there, and that Eka Buddhi, that every direction, there's only one way to gain your moksha through jnanam, and the way to get that mental viveka or control your raga dvesha is through this karma yoga. And it's like a river, that flows, that respects the boundaries, and it has one direction in one way only. So there's only one marga for moksha, and that is jnanam, and the preparation for maturing the mind starts with karma yoga. Whereas a person who doesn't have it, so he's like a river which is meandering, which forms many islands, and since such a person is working for artha and kama, so artha and kama can be achieved by different by bahushaka. There are different ways to reach those pleasures and pleasure and security. So that's why they have bahushakas, and their mind is scattered. There's no priority. There's no priority in their life, and they keep moving here and there, have lots of plans, and sometimes they can get incapacitated because of the multipolarity of the routes or choices. Whereas a person who has a Vivasatmika Buddhi, he is single mind, laser-like focus. He has a determined priority in life, and it flows in one direction like a well-disciplined river.
शारदा, आपको खोज रहे थे हम, आप जब गए थे, we were searching for you. Where is Sharda?
I had some guests, Swamiji, so I just went to.
Doesn't matter. I'm just teasing you. Okay, start. You do your notes very well, na, and you are all prepared. That is why I ask you to really come out with all your notes.
Who, me you're talking to? Acha.
Yes, you.
Dr.
Vyavasayatmika buddhi. Yeah.
Vyavasayatmika buddhi is what we just discussed right now, that you must have a, basically that you are free, you cannot be improved. So since you are already Param Brahma, it is knowledge that can liberate you. But to gain this, you have to have a teacher and ask for that knowledge. But before you go and ask for that knowledge, there is a certain preparation that you have to do with your mind, which is called the Antahkarna mind. So that Viveka or maturity is necessary for your mind to first be prepared. Then only will you be able to seek and receive teaching. So for that, you convert all the karmas that you do into what is the karma yoga, where you kind of develop a mind which is disciplined and which is focused on moksha and not on the result of your action. This is also necessary for a sannyasi. It's not as if a sannyasi can also do away with karma yoga. The sannyasi, when he practices ashtanga yoga or does any rituals, he's also practicing karma yoga. But because
Not rituals,
not rituals, whatever,
but yet they can be performing anything, but
anything they do is
for the sake of preparation of the mind, they can do anything. Seva, actually they are performing a lot of guru seva
right.
and other ashram services in the ashrams. Yeah,
Right.
go ahead.
Vyavasaya means nishchaya, which actually means clarity. So that clarity should come to your mind of what you are seeking. So your mind has to become basically eka, or one, a single pointed one.
In what sense single pointed?
You should have only one goal, and that goal should be moksha. You cannot be.
And also this understanding that it is one means only. That
And there is only
jnanam
one way, yeah, which is jnanam. So both the means and the end becomes very single.
are one. Swamiji's heading in that Gita study.
Yes.
Means and ends are one. So if you see that heading.
So he says basically the one who does not follow karma yoga basically has bahushakha, as you mentioned. So he has several means, several ways. So he's a very confused person. His priorities are all mixed up. He has no nishchaya. So like doctor has already mentioned, it's like a meandering river with no steady banks. But once you become, once you develop this eka buddhi, then you have a steady mind. You take care of your raga dveshas. Arjuna also, for that matter, did live the life of dharma, but he did not become a karma yogi till he reached the battlefield and he became a mumukshu. So until then, he was only doing karma and doing his dharma, but he was not a karma yogi. So what else? You have to have clarity about your lakshya. So the word lakshya is a very important word that is brought in here, which means a target. So karma yoga is you choose because your lakshya is jnana, which will deliver the goods. So karma yogi pursues jnana while living a life of a karma yogi. He knows that these karmas by themselves will not produce any results, but the jnana will deliver. But even though he knows that in order to go that path, he has to first go through this whole process of internal cleansing and purification and bringing clarity to his mind and getting his mind single and focused. So that is once you become once you develop the Vyavasayika Yatmika Buddhi, every action you do is karma yoga. Even a marriage, Swamiji has mentioned, even something like marriage will be a karma yoga for someone who has a Vyavasayatmika Buddhi. Vyavasayatmika Buddhi. So that is verse 41. Then of course.
We go to the next three other. Abhi le le all three. Or others, let others speak on this, and then we can come to the other thing. Anu?
जी स्वामी जी, आप
You want to say something?
नहीं, मैं यही सोच रही थी जब हम लोग रमना महर्षि के बारे में बात करते थे ना कि रिमेम्बर आप हम लोग स्क्रिप्चर्स के बारे में क्या आप बोले कि हाँ उनको ज्ञान हो गया था पहले, उसके बाद उन्होंने सारा जीवन स्क्रिप्चर्स में ही निकाला, लिखने में, उनको डिकोड करने में, व्यवसात्मिका बुद्धि के कारण ना. It was and whether it was better, whether it was feeding people in the ashram, whether it was petting the cow, whether it was seva karoing to the dog, whether it was translating the scriptures, there was no difference because मोक्ष हो चुका था. So everything that is happening, so unke liye there was no discrimination. So which is the point what Swamiji is saying, कि अगर शादी भी कर रहा है जिसकी व्यवसात्मिका बुद्धि है, वो अगर ब्याह भी कर रहा है तो वो कर्म योग ही है, क्योंकि कोई डिफरेंशिएशन नहीं रह गया कि ये गृहस्थ का काम है, ये सन्यासी का काम है, कुछ है नहीं. जो स्पॉन्टेनियसली जीवन में जो हो रहा है वो बस हो रहा है, उसके थ्रू हो रहा है, क्योंकि वो तो करता ही नहीं अब.
Only thing I would like to say here is एक सिद्धा का स्टेट है, एक साधक का स्टेट है.
सही, एकदम.
So we when we dwell upon sadhaka state, we little differentiate in this sense that how it is a means to an end. So like that, if we discuss, but it's you have brought out all beautiful points only. It's not that all your points are very lovely, but at the same time, I am trying to suggest that anything will become yoga if you have a clarity of purpose. In the sense, you want to say something?
स्वामी जी, means and end अगर same है तो सिद्ध और साधक में भी तो अंतर नहीं रहा. आप देखिए, जो सच में साधक हो गया, वो कोई recognize करे या ना करे, सिद्ध तो हो गया वो.
But there are stages of gaining and not yet gained, no? Already gained है तो
not yet gained तो है ही नहीं ना, gained तो है. It's only about understanding, yes है या नहीं है, बस.
Yes, but still that I have to. Swami Ramana Maharshi also used to say that people are,
they're ripe. Some people are ripe and some
are not.
हाँ.
So he used to differentiate. So from that point of differentiation, we are discussing. So we have to differentiate. Otherwise, people who are ripe already, they are sitting. Then for those people, it's a different ball game altogether. But we are talking of the sadhakas, and therefore karma yoga mainly from that, not siddha aspect we are talking. And therefore marriage will become yoga only when the purpose of everything what you are doing is clear, and that is how your low priorities are not confused. You are trying to gain still artha kama, and you term it like normal life, abnormal life, then that becomes a problem, because that means for you becomes that is normal, and artha kama is normal pursuit, and moksha is little something different pursuit, but there that division is not there anymore. Therefore, only thing is the pursuit is of moksha. Yeah, you want to say something? Yes.
जो अगर संन्यास है पर फॉलोअर्स खोज रहा है, नाम खोज रहा है, वो तो अर्थ काम ही परस्यू कर रहा है ना फिर.
हाँ, तो नहीं फॉलोअर्स खोजने की बात नहीं है. It is only that we are in that also. It is very clear. My teacher used to say, "It's good you have brought out this point." Paramarthanand used to say, "Unless you teach, clarity will not come to you only, because your clarity depends upon definitely in clear unfoldment. Because clear unfoldment will not come unless there are objects in your own mind."
वो तो क्योंकि means and end same हो गया, even in the process of sharing and teaching, understanding ही deepen करने की कोशिश हो रही है. I'm just saying कि मार्ग one can, जो एक गृहस्थ अगर शादी भी कर रहा है पर वो व्यवसात्मिका बुद्धि में है और उसका पर्पस मोक्ष है, vis-a-vis a sannyasi who has supposedly left everything, but mind space में अभी भी वो नाम खोज रहा है और resources
that is always in anybody. That is why honesty and sincerity, these two things are always missing sometimes in some people. Intention, motives, everything. That is why one has to be very clear what one is really trying to find out.
Prioritize ही नहीं किया, मतलब optics में कर लिया, पर actual inner priority नहीं बनी.
So that is for everyone. As to say, it is not means that you have left home means you are okay, perfect. It is not like that. You can be imperfect. Everybody. That is why one has to be very sincere and honest in seeking. And that is, I always used to say in last classes, now you understand priorities. I was harping upon this word priorities. And people say, I said confused priorities mean what? Swamiji writes that artha, kama, dharma is not at all the pursuit.
वो तो इंट्रोडक्शन में भी उन्होंने बोला परसूट तो लाइफ का एक ही है. वी कीप थिंकिंग वी विल गेट दिस थ्रू अर्थ, वी विल गेट दिस थ्रू कामा, व्हेन वी रियलाइज दैट वी डोंट, एंड देन वी रियलाइज कि ओनली मोक्षा इज द परसूट.
So do you understand this meaning that you say that it can be any pursuit? Like no, that it cannot be any other pursuit.
कोई और
That
pursuit,
clarity.
कोई और परसूट है ही नहीं.
So it's a very big thing. It's a very big discernment. Yes, Rekha. Open your mic.
No, I was saying it is single-minded direction.
Yes. And also priorities then will shift. You're choosing what you're choosing, what you're not choosing, whether you're choosing the Gita class or you are doing something else during that time. It all depends, on your priorities. I used to say that.
Clarity now.
That means something else is more important. That is why I was telling you all this, because that is what Vyavasayatmika Buddhi is.
आप बोल देते चैप्टर पढ़ लो वाला.
ऐसा नहीं होता. वो तो इंट्रोडक्शन टू वेदांता भगवद गीता होम स्टडी में सारा एवरीथिंग इज गिवन. If you clearly study that, dharma artha kama moksha,
my question came from there only, no? The type of students, when I was saying that distraction because of the other things one has to do. So how does one switch from the class 2 type of student to the class 3 type of student who's like fully focused?
Yes.
That question came from, I got answered.
Yeah, you had questioned me. I remember that. Yes.
One of the early sessions. So
yes. You had questioned
now
me
in this chapter.
वो हो जाता है, जब समझ में आता है तो हो जाता है. It's a shift that happens.
Penny has dropped.
Yeah, penny drop moment. It can't be forced on somebody. जैसे like बच्चे
classes
responsible हो जाते हैं ना पढ़ाई के बारे में, बोर्ड एग्जाम्स वगैरह के बाद पहले पीछे पढ़े रहो, नहीं समझ में आता है. And suddenly one fine day you're telling them take a break, and they are like just focused on their studies. Ke nahi, it's very important. Don't waste my time. It just happens, that shift. It's a sign of maturity.
So with what identity you are living? You are living with an identity of a seeker. See, Siddha ki to baat hi nahi kar rahe hum. So Siddha ki identity mein, if you are living, then whatever you are doing. So you are living with an identity of a seeker, then your priorities are always very clear. That clarity.
ये तो मेरा लूक आ गया वहां पे.
Rekha, she's missing you. She or he, whatever. So that understanding, that clarity of purpose in and through. That is why I used to give number of examples I have given. Shastra gives a 16-year-old girl who has a fiancé, and she is doing all the chores of her household work, and still her mind is fixed. A scientist who is doing research in and through his relationships, all the roles he is playing, still his mind is fixed. You as a seeker, as a mumukshu, as a jigyasu, are you a mumukshu and a jigyasu? If you are, in and through everything, that will continue. That will be a priority. I'm not saying you will give up the roles. In Karma Yoga, you don't give up the roles. You continue with your roles. Yet, choosing whenever what matters. Then
This
you
is
choose that.
answering Sharda's question also from last time, and she was getting hassled saying, are you saying a grahast can't get it? A grahast can get it, absolutely.
No,
but the
that
way
is
the
only
grahast gets it
technical.
and the way the sannyasi gets it is the same. There is no other way.
That's only a lifestyle difference. What you are working is same. Shravana Manana Nidhyasana is common.
Yeah.
Because means to Jnanam is common. Without Shravana, without Manana, without Nidhyasana, you will not get Ajnanam, Avidya to be removed. Because all cobwebs in the mind, all confusion in the mind. And therefore, mind has to become a Shrota. And through Shravanam, you remove all your doubts. You work upon it, then reflect upon it. It's a beautiful way of the whole methodology Shastra is given. And then the next 3 verses.
10 से ऊपर हो गया, अगली बार कर.
अगली बार करेंगे. Okay. That is also okay. Then we continue with this. ठीक है, आज एक काम करते हैं, आज गीता का एक चैप्टर चैंट कर लेते हैं.
हाँ जी, मैं वही
Chapter
बोलने लगी थी कि
15.
कुछ कर लेते हैं स्पेशल, क्योंकि आज भगवद गीता जयंती है.
चैप्टर 15 चैंट कर लेते हैं.
What is its name, Rekha? Boy, girl?
Floof boy.
What's his name?
Floof.
Floof. How sweet.
Don't ask me. This is my daughter's
How
horrendous
sweet.
name.
He's purring right now.
Totally. Can you hear it?
No,
Very
because
vibrating.
the body language is when they purr, no? They were all lovey-dovey, they want to snuggle. वैसे भी winters is like चांदी हो जाती है when you have cats at home. गोदी पे, कंधे पे, हर तरफ. I have to shut my door and not let them inside. नहीं तो वो यहाँ पे होते हैं अभी. Chapter 15.
ओम श्री परमात्मने नमः.
ओम
अथ
श्री
पंचदश. You will repeat all of you.
नहीं, sorry, I thought करना था. आप जैसे आप बोलेंगे.
Hey, let's repeat. Let's repeat after you.
Huh?
Let's repeat.
All of you cannot repeat together because
We'll
Zoom
silence.
class, everything.
I will silence it and do. We'll silence ourselves and
Silent you too, and then everybody can repeat after me. I will give one chance. I will do myself twice. So all of you be silent. I let my mic be on, and then all of you can repeat after. Oh, okay. This swara is okay. Pitch. Everybody, anybody. Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. Adha Panchadashodhyaya. Adha Panchadashodhyaya. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. Urdhvamoolamadash-shakham. Urdhvamoolamadash-shakham. Ashwattham prahuravyayam. Ashwattham prahuravyayam. Chandamsi yasya parnani. Chandamsi yasya parnani. Yastam veda sa vedavit. Yastam veda sa vedavit. Adashchordhvam prasrutastasya shakha. Adashchordhvam prasrutastasya shakha. Guna pravriddha vishaya pravala. Guna pravriddha vishaya pravala. Adashcha mulanyanu Adashcha mulanyanu santatani. Karmanubandhini manushya-loke. Karmanubandhini manushya-loke. Narupamasyeha tathopalabhyate. Narupamasyeha tathopalabhyate. Nanto na chade na cha sampratitha. Nanto na chade na cha sampratitha. Ashwatthamenam suvirudhamulam. Ashwatthamenam suvirudhamulam. Asanga-shastrena dridhena chittva. Asanga-shastrena dridhena chittva. Tatapadam tatparimargitavyam. Tatapadam tatparimargitavyam. Yasmin gata na nivartanti bhuyaha. Yasmin gata na nivartanti bhuyaha. Tameva chadyam purusham prapadye. Tameva chadyam purusham prapadye. Yatah pravritti prasita purani. Yatah pravritti prasita purani. Nirmana mohajita sangadosha. Nirmana mohajita sangadosha. Adhyatma nitya vinivritta kama. Adhyatma nitya vinivritta kama. Dvandvair vimukta sukha dukkha sanyai. Dvandvair vimukta sukha dukkha sanyai. Gacchantya-mūಢā padam-avyayam-tat. Gacchantya-mūಢā padam-avyayam-tat. न तद्भासयते सूर्यः न तद्भासयते सूर्यः न शशाङ्को न पावकः न शशाङ्को न पावकः यद्गत्वा न निवर्तन्ते यद्गत्वा न निवर्तन्ते तद्धाम परमं मम तद्धाम परमं मम ममैवांशो जीवलोके ममैवांशो जीवलोके जीवभूतः सनातनः जीवभूतः सनातनः मनः षष्ठानीन्द्रियाणि मनः षष्ठानीन्द्रियाणि प्रकृतिस्थानि कर्षति प्रकृतिस्थानि कर्षति शरीरं यदवाप्नोति शरीरं यदवाप्नोति यच्चाप्युत्क्रामतीश्वरः यच्चाप्युत्क्रामतीश्वरः गृहीत्वैतानि संयाति गृहीत्वैतानि संयाति वायुर्गन्धानि वाशयात् वायुर्गन्धानि वाशयात् श्रोत्रं चक्षुस्पर्शनं च श्रोत्रं चक्षुस्पर्शनं च रसनं घ्राणमेव च रसनं घ्राणमेव च अधिष्ठाय मनश्चायम् अधिष्ठाय मनश्चायम् विषयानुपसेवते विषयानुपसेवते उत्क्रामन्तं स्थितं वापि उत्क्रामन्तं स्थितं वापि भुञ्जानं वा गुणान्वितं भुञ्जानं वा गुणान्वितं विमूढानानुपश्यन्ति विमूढानानुपश्यन्ति पश्यन्ति ज्ञानचक्षुषः पश्यन्ति ज्ञानचक्षुषः यतन्तो योगिनश्चैनं पश्यन्त्यात्मन्यवस्थितं पश्यन्त्यात्मन्यवस्थितं यतन्तोऽप्यकृतात्मानः नैनं पश्यन्त्यचेतसः नैनं पश्यन्त्यचेतसः यदादित्यगतं तेजः यदादित्यगतं तेजः जगद्भासयतेऽखिलम् जगद्भासयतेऽखिलम् यच्चन्द्रमसि यच्चाग्नौ यच्चन्द्रमसि यच्चाग्नौ तत्तेजो विद्धि मामकम् तत्तेजो विद्धि मामकम् गामाविश्य च भूतानि गामाविश्य च भूतानि धारयाम्यहमोजसा धारयाम्यहमोजसा पुष्णामि चौषधी सर्वाः पुष्णामि चौषधी सर्वाः सोमो भूत्वा रसात्मकः सोमो भूत्वा रसात्मकः अहं वैश्वानरो भूत्वा प्राणिनां देहमाश्रितः प्राणापानसमायुक्तः पचाम्यन्नं चतुर्विधं सर्वस्य चाहं हृदि सन्निविष्टः मत्तस्मृतिर्ज्ञानमपोहनं च वेदैश्च सर्वैरहमेव वेद्य वेदान्तकृद्वेदविदेव चाहं द्वाभिमौ पुरुषौ लोके द्वाविमौ पुरुषौ लोके शरश्चाक्षर एव च शरश्चाक्षर एव च शरः सर्वाणि भूतानि शरः सर्वाणि भूतानि कूटस्थोऽक्षर उच्यते कूटस्थोऽक्षर उच्यते उत्तमः पुरुषस्त्वन्यः उत्तमः पुरुषस्त्वन्यः परमात्मेतुदारतः परमात्मेतुदारतः यो लोकत्रयमाविश्य बिभर्त्यव्यय ईश्वरः यस्माक्षरमतीतोऽहम् अक्षरादपि चोत्तमः अतोऽस्मि लोके वेदे च प्रतितः पुरुषोत्तमः यो मामेवमसम्मूढः जानाति पुरुषोत्तमम् स सर्वविद् भजति माम् सर्वभावेन भारत इति गुह्यतमं शास्त्रम् इदमुक्तं मया नघ एतद्बुद्ध्वा बुद्धिमान् स्यात् कृतकृत्यश्च भारत ॐ तत्सत् इति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे पुरुषोत्तमयोगो नाम पञ्चदशोऽध्यायः। ॐ तत्सत्। Okay, anybody wants to say anything? So this chapter is actually the whole Bhagavad Gita Upasamhara. Actually the teaching, everything is given in this chapter. So 15th chapter concludes, actually Bhagavan could have ended. So 16th, 17th, 18th is as though an appendix. So that is why this chapter becomes very important. And today being Gita Jayanti, if you have done this chapter, means you have done the whole of the Gita.
Thank you.
So good, na?
Very
so
nice. Thank you so much. आप बोल रहे कोई कुछ कहना चाहता है, बस यही आ रहा था कि खूब सारा थैंक यू आ रहा था अंदर से, बस कहने।
So nice to have you, Seema, in the class.
Thank you, Swamiji.
Try to be regular.
I know, Swamiji couldn't miss that.
I know.
नहीं उनसे वो।